Hopefully I trapped a few of those of you who are interested in the cafe racers and building cafe racers from old Japanese bikes into watching this. Definitely it's clickbait, but it has a good message. Couple things urged me to make this video. And that was several videos I watched yesterday on building my dream bike. And it was kind of a coincidence because videos I watched had to do with there was a 72 and a 74 Honda CB 504 four-cylinder bikes that were butchered and turned into this idea of cafe racers, low handlebars, different seat, chopping the frame, destroying the original paint on the tank and side panels, I'm assuming, taking the fender off, which makes no sense whatsoever. If you're actually going to ride the bike, keep the front fender on. But the long and the short of it is, 1972 was the first year that Honda produced the CB 504. And this one was in good shape. It was pristine. All the chrome was good. It was complete. Good stock paint, everything. I mean, this was a beautiful example of a first year Honda CB 504. Limited numbers. The next one, 1974, had some issues, but it still had factory paint and it would be easily restorable. And of course, these people, went ahead and butchered these bikes, destroyed the historical value, and destroyed the investment. That's another thing. This isn't just like I'm some stodgy old man saying you leave those things alone because they're a piece of history. You just screwed yourself over if you want to hang on to these bikes and resell them in the future. Because currently, a first and second, and I think even a third year Honda CB 500 four-cylinder in good condition, I think the highest it was paid was, above $5,000, and it's going to go up every year. And once you cut the frame, and I'm guilty of that too, I'm going to get into that, destroy the factory paint, what are you going to get for it? $1,000? You just screwed yourself over as an investment. I want you to think of a few things here. Is that if you have a first or second year bike, if you have an old bike, these things are going on 50 years or more old in age, that you are the caretaker of history, and they are beautiful. They are beautiful bikes. You don't have to take a 50-year-old bike, and destroy it in order to have a cafe racer. The worst was, and this person should be put in prison, in bike prison. I saw somebody with I believe it was a 1969 CB 754, which was a groundbreaking motorcycle. This was a pivotal point in history, and they turned it into a cafe racer, butchering it, repainting. It was that person is stupid. I'm sorry, but that person is stupid because they just destroyed an important piece of motorcycle history and completely effed up any value of it. Check around. After this video, Google the price. You want to buy a stock 1969 Honda 754 in good shape. I would hazard to say that there are people that would pay over $10,000 for that bike. And now that you just completely butchered it, destroyed any historical value really, except the engine, I guess, is intact. If you turn around and want to resell it, what are you going to get? $1,500 if you're lucky. You just threw away a lot of money in the attempt to express yourself. I saw another one. It was like a 1980 or something. In the 80s, CB 754, whatever. When you go back in time, things are more valuable. I'm not going to get into the front fender issue. I mean, obviously they're not riders really. They want to just have a cool bike, but to each his own. Plus you're going to destroy the handling. You think you put on clip-on handlebars in that low seat and you take the fender off? Well, you just ruin the stability of that front end, because the fender actually is a fork brace. At least put a fork brace on it if you're driving. But getting back to it, What am I guilty of? It's a 1978 SR500 Yamaha. I butchered it. I absolutely butchered it. I cut the frame, welded on the frame. You know, basically changed it. It's a cool bike, but you know the value of it, historical value. Did I add to the handling of it, the speed, anything? No, it's just a cool bike. But this 1978 is a first year bike. When I bought it, it was pristine. It was absolutely 100% pristine. What would be considered restorable condition, but it was not in need of restoration because it was low mileage and it was beautiful. And the first thing I did was I wanted to express myself not knowing, you know, that I've had it for maybe 15 years, that now in 2023, I wish that I kept it bone stock. I would have had a beautiful, relatively low mileage, put a lot of miles on it, first year Honda or Yamaha SR500. Just some things to think about, you know, before you go ahead and screw up the bike that you currently have. You want to turn it into your dream bike. If you actually want to turn it into a road bomber, you know, you don't have to change the seat. You know, if you do, get a new seat base. Don't hack up the old seat, you know, if it's in good shape. Take it off carefully, pack it away, put a new seat on it without changing any of the mountings on the frames. Put lower handlebars on it, and voila, you have a cafe racer. You know, there's no need to destroy a bike's ability to actually ride, because in some cases these people are destroying the bike's ability to actually, you know, perform, along with destroying the ability just to put the parts back on and put it back to stock. In any case, I'm done. I just hope I gave you some things to think about.